Just a quick video about swing trading options, but when what do you call it? No. When the stock market goes on autopilot, which it did yesterday for a bit. But I was already in my options on Monday night. It's in a practice account, but it's in the same, so it's using the same live prices or whatever happened yesterday happened in real anyway. But the stock market goes in autopilot mode. Not all the time, but sometimes. Right? So yesterday, my balance the night before was about 129 grand in my practice account. But it's in an account that started off at 40,000, so I've traded it from 40 to 129. Although I have traded it the same balance from 40 to 292 grand in my practice account. I tend to buy the same stocks, but different options of the same stocks and swing trade them for about 3 weeks each at a time, something like that. And I tend to just buy don't worry, this is I just buy options. I prefer options, not for everybody, but it's for me. I quite like buying options on a three weekish. I tend to sell them. But what happens is that when you're in the options every day, so sometimes it'll gap down, and it might gap down from that day and then gap down again. It might gap down from there the next day, gap down. Sometimes it gaps up, and it can do the same. It can gap up, and the next day it can gap up again. It's just where you are, what stocks you're in at the time, the market conditions. But sometimes the market conditions are quite favourable. So you can have your stocks and shares. If you're already in the right stocks and shares at the time this happens, what has happened is, but the thing is, this is it, I don't have any, I don't put any stop losses in for a reason, for purposely. I choose not to add a stop loss, which is not, if you're new to this, always make sure you have a stop loss. That way you can prevent losing money. But it also means you can't, if you got a stop loss, it's like this, it's like that, you can't go anywhere, you can't go down, you can't go up, because you keep getting stopped out of trades. Because I don't use stop loss purposely. I don't mind what the market throws at me. So it's like, woo, it can go up here, it can go down here, it can go whatever, woo. I don't mind that. But if it's not for everybody. But because I don't mind that, I don't mind if it gaps down today, gaps down tomorrow, gaps down whenever. I don't mind if it gaps down 3 or 4 times on the trot, because it won't usually gap down more than 4 or 5, before it gaps up again. So it just waves. It's like it gaps. It goes gaps. It might go gap down, gap down, gap down, gap down. But at some point, it's going to gap up, gap up, gap up, to bring it back to some sort of level. I don't mind taking. I make sure there's enough liquidity in the account to actually make sure that can happen. So, but yesterday, going back to the topic, me waffling. But yesterday, I was already in the trades on Monday. I've been in the same trade for nearly 2 weeks, so nearly 2 weeks. So I've had 2 weeks with no stop loss, and then at the moment I've got about 7 trades open. I've had 7 trades open for 2 weeks, and first of all, when you buy a trade, it always goes down a bit, and then it just comes up and does whatever. Or it comes down like that and stays down for about a week or 2, and then it comes back up about the 3rd week, something like that. But so I was already in the trades on Monday, and I let the trades, as I would automatically. So whatever happens this week, I'll let the trades just ride and they do what they do. The stock market makes of it what it will, and I just buy the market open. I look at the market open and see what's happened overnight, whether they've gapped up or gapped down. But so Monday, all my trades were open overnight. My 7 trades were open overnight. I think it gapped up Monday. So a Tuesday morning it must have gapped up, because my 129 balance was automatically 133, 34, something like that. So it must have made 5 grand overnight. on 129 grand balance, which is 12.9 is, so it's 12.9 is 10%, isn't it? So it would have to make 12.9 grand on that, but it closed up at the end of the day. I did nothing. I didn't buy any stocks, any shares, no options, nothing. I didn't do a single trade yesterday, and my balance went from 129 the day before to 139, which is about 8%, 9%, and I did absolutely nothing for that. No, buy this or tweak that or buy the dip or whatever, sort of short the stock. Nothing. All I did is log in. And the market went on autopilot. Right? It just carries on. It just goes. It's almost like I'm trying to think what it's like. But it just, the market. Sometimes you buy trades in the market, and it does that. It doesn't happen very often, but it did yesterday. So effectively it made me about, I don't know what it is, 129 to 139 is about 10 grand. It made 10 grand on a balance. If you've got your money in the bank, on Monday lunchtime, and Monday and close of Tuesday would have not done a lot, I wouldn't have thought, if you've got bank interest rates or bill. But you have to be prepared to take the 20, 30, 40% drop in value, and be prepared to sit there and just leave it in like a digital bank effectively, where it's actually losing money, and it's like house value, it just goes up and down or whatever. But that's stocks and shares. It just does it every so often, and it did it yesterday. Now, so I think it gapped up yesterday. So my balance is roughly about 139 grand at the moment. I would like it to get back to about 200, 220, something like that as well. So I'll just leave it. So I'll leave it open now until about the second week in sometime. I'll be looking at again to try and sell my shares, my options, roughly around the 10th, probably about the 10th of this month, and then just see what happens, if there's enough profit in it, or if it's come down, or how it reacts, or whatever. Then I'll make a decision as to whether I want to sell my options then, or wait till expiry. But at the moment, 7 trades, 4 of them are profitable, and 3 of them aren't. But I'm not worried about that, because I'm happy to sell. I would sell them now and carry on with use this balance. But all the time, I'm actually getting different swing. So I'm getting see, when my balance was on 250, I was buying stocks with a 250 swing. So I had enough for 100 grand swing down, 100 grand swing up. Yeah. Whereas now I'm buying, each month I'm buying it on 120 grand swing, so you're getting nearer the bottom. So there's not as much swing. But 130, 140, 150 grand, you're getting up towards where you need to be, I suppose. It's just me waffling how I day trade options, but also not to be